What's harder to win? Selection as Pope or Miss Universe?
Ooh, great question.
Take it away from him. Under 4 left, the barn is alive again.
Got me in my hormones, all gas, no brakes, score 4.
You're listening to the Sports Show episode 355, coming in hotter than a handbag.
Yeah.
For those that know me, I don't use the word handbag. I tend to use something else. I'm going to go fix Mitch's camera right here really quick. Well, no, it's me. I got to get all of it. I don't have a good angle on you.
Get all.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bravo.
Sports Show, at Sports Show Podcast. Look for the blue and white logo on your YouTube and on your Instagram, as well as your Spotify, your Podbean, your iTunes, all that kind of stuff over there. Listen.
Yeah.
CJSW 90.9 on the FM dial. It's going to be coming up here pretty quick. I think we got to do, I think it's the long weekend.
Yeah,
we got to
it's
record.
next week. I think it's next week's episode.
Next week's episode,
right.
which there's a lot of things going on. We just want to say thank you for everyone who subscribed in the past week. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for all of you that have supported us throughout all the years. We got big news. Mm-hmm. We had our AGM last week,
right.
the annual general meeting.
Yeah.
Okay?
Lot said.
Yeah. Lot done, lot said.
Not done yet.
Not done yet.
Said.
Right. Not done.
Not done.
So, how did it come out? You, as shareholders, you need to know.
Right.
You need to know. It came out that, look, we did a little bit a week of R&D, a little bit of a relaxed week, but we're going to be coming in hot next week. So that's where I'm telling you, on the Instagram, on the YouTube, you got to pay attention. There's going to be a lot of content coming your way, a lot of things coming your way, a lot of changes, and we're excited for the latter half of 2025.
That's right. A lot of great things. Fun time. By the way, Dimitri renovated his house. Beautifully done.
Thank you,
well
sir.
done.
Thank
Beautiful home. I wouldn't want to go anywhere else but there. In fact, I'm moving in is really what's happening.
Well,
and I'm looking forward to it.
The vibe I got is unless you do something to your house, you all might be moving in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was
you've motivated me and the family, and that's a double motivation.
Ooh,
you know
double motivation.
Double motivation. But
thank you. I appreciate that, man.
Hey, man, listen, it's beautiful. Well done. You and Tamara built a beautiful home. It's great for the girls and great for you guys, too. That's
hold on. And credit where credit's due, because old cousin Jim's wife, Lara. That's the design, man.
So listen, funny. I hung out quite a bit with Jim this week for various reasons. And first one's his mom passed, my aunt. Beautiful Fula. Nainekala, Panda. Jim listens to the pod all the time. So Jim, from me and Dimitri especially, you know how we feel. We love you. We're sorry.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
we'll make you laugh a little bit. We'll make this pod fun for you. Okay,
That's
buddy?
what we're going to do.
That's
what we're going to do.
She's a beautiful woman, and she loved to laugh as well. I'll be quite honest with you. She was a little bit of a practical joker, my aunt.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, she was good. And she was also a religious person. And here's where we go. From here, we go to perusing of the nets.
Ooh,
you know me, I have... actually, I'd love to do this week, but I still did it anyways. And this is what I found. Ladies and gentlemen, religious or not, there's a new pope in town. Leo the 14th is here. Done. Voted on. 133 cardinals go in. Only one comes out. It's like a Royal Rumble, really. And so this guy, Leo the 14th, who used to be known as Robert Prevost, is now the new Pope of the world. And it made me realize, I'm like, you know what? Look, I'm not Catholic, but, you see them everywhere. They're all there. And I say to myself, they get to change their name right there. They say, who do you want to be known as? My question is, how do you do this? Like credit checks and changing of IDs. Doesn't this worry anybody except me?
Yeah, like you could just change your name right on the spot.
Right there. They tell you. They ask you.
Can I tell you another thing too?
Yeah.
It's like I got to go into the research of like how they actually. I get there's a homage piece where they select the name.
Yeah.
But like Leo the 14th.
Right.
Like you're the 14th.
Yeah.
That's not.
I agree. Why can't it be Gary the First?
Well, here's the thing, because he's from America.
USA.
And listen, I'm just throwing it out there.
Right.
What if he was Donaldos the First?
Oh my God, buddy. he would get anything and everything
In
from Donald.
nomine sancti patria Donaldos et Trumpos the first.
Pretty good, buddy. That's not bad at all. You know they're looking for chanters at the church. I'm just telling you, dude. I think this is great. I'm looking at. You're right. Why be the 14th when you can be the first of anything?
Yeah, Gary, I like that one.
Gary the first. I'm telling you.
Pick a totally crazy name.
Totally crazy name.
Pope
right?
Gary.
Pope Gary's here. And he's from the USA. I think this is big for the US right now and anyone North American. I mean, imagine some of the ideas he might be coming up with now going forward.
Crazy.
I'm a little nervous about it. I'm a little nervous from going, and I'm not even Catholic.
Can I throw one thing? Can I throw one thing out there?
But I'm nervous.
Nervous. In the terms, in the political landscape.
Yeah.
Okay, in the political landscape. So the guy's American, right?
Yeah.
If timing was just better, why would you not want to pick as your vice president a religious figure?
Yeah.
Like, be like, listen, the Pope's the VP. What are you going to say?
You can't fight him.
You can't. What are you going to do?
Yeah, what if Donald Trump's like, hey, this guy's going to be my VP.
Yeah,
would you look at that? He's up for the Vatican. Something happened. They got to go in. And now would you look at that?
Here's the other thing I think of when they elect the Pope and stuff. Like, he's not a first ballot selection.
He wasn't even in the top 5. Vegas odds and other people like that would follow this religiously.
But this is what I mean, where it's like, but not that they gamble around.
No.
We're not saying that.
In Italy?
Forget about it.
In the Vatican?
Not gonna happen.
No.
So but you're like a third rounder.
Yeah,
like it's almost like you're a sympathy pick now.
Buddy, a third rounder went first overall for the rest of his life until he goes.
Like, do you wonder, did we just select the Nail Yakupov of Pope?
That's got to be awkward though, right?
Yeah.
Like, and we'll finish off on this. He
Pope Francis.
Pope Francis passes. Yeah. He comes in. He's gonna pass one day. Somebody comes, and then before that, it's like you're always getting the room of the guy that passed before you.
What's harder to win, selection as Pope or Miss Universe?
Ooh, great question.
We should write that for the Greek Hour.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I think, you know what? I know this is going to sound weird, but I think Miss Universe is harder because, buddy, you got a whole lot of different, the nationalities, the traits, the characteristics, then the beauty and all that. I think it's harder.
Yeah, like the Pope doesn't have to come in physical.
He's just got to come and say the right thing at the right time.
Yeah, but they don't ask questions, so they're like.
They should.
Yeah, but they should. Pope Gary.
Yeah.
If you were to become selected as Pope, what are your thoughts on, I don't know, whatever?
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Great question. You know what? And I watched that movie. It's called The Conclave. It's on Prime if you have it.
Yeah.
It just gives you the insight. It's a movie. It's a theatrical. It's a movie.
Sure. Okay.
But it gives you a little bit of insight what goes on. It is political. It's very political. They go back at it. You know, they got their guys. Oh, I'm going to give you my vote. I'll do this. It's actually, but I like that. They should televise this.
Why not?
Because what they normally do, you're locked in. No social media, no nothing, no newspapers.
I kind of like a little bit that too.
I do too.
You know, I like this.
Just one TV feed live. That's it. The commentator's not even in the room. He's on the outskirts. Now, our IT guys at our community couldn't do this, but I'm sure there's others that could do this.
There could be others.
That could short circuit.
Yeah.
All right. With that being said, let's move over real quick. The Utah hockey team last year was the Arizona Coyotes. This year, they're the Utah hockey team. They've been trying to find a name, and they came down. I was actually falling for the hockey team. I kind of was enjoying that name.
Hockey club, you mean.
Hockey club, yeah. Yeah, team, club, same thing. Point is, they didn't have a name, but they had a name, okay?
Yeah.
But they said, nah, we need jersey sales. We want to make some money.
I get it.
The Mammoth. The Utah Mammoth. Do you like, not like?
I am always conflicted with these style of names.
Right.
For example, when it's in a singularity, not a plural. Or plurality,
right.
whatever.
I see
I
what
don't
you're
know.
saying, yeah.
Whatever. The point is like Calgary Flames, the Pittsburgh Penguins,
right?
The Edmonton Oilers.
Right. We're hot right now.
So hot right now, right? The Hurricanes, not the hurricane, the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
Here it's like the Mammoth, the Wild. To get it just for whatever. Like, why can't it be the Utah Mammoths?
Why couldn't they just go with what everyone wanted? And you know, it was the Ultra Soakers.
It was the
I threw in the Ultra Soakers.
The Ultra Soakers.
The UUS. I just think it works. It's
But
or the Shakers, right? Those are the two names that the fans wanted, loved it, and imagine the marketing.
Yeah.
Everyone was a squirt gun. Everyone's just having a good old time in the crowd. Just so many things. Like people coming up in bed frames and just shaking them. You're like, ah!
Yeah, instead of the horn in Columbus, right? It's like the shaking of the bed frames. You just have like a guy just as a Quaker.
Yeah, you get the ex-players or the famous person from Utah. Oh, here we got our shaker. And he's just WrestleMania
Utah
stuff.
Hockey Club, sponsored by Super Soaker, the water gun of choice of adolescents and adults.
What's wrong with your mattress? Sleep Country will find out.
Why buy a mattress anywhere else?
I'm telling you. See, look what we just did.
We just sold it.
We sold it.
I love the logo.
And P.S. that jingle's not free, Sleep Mattress.
But
You
can
call
I,
us.
can I throw something out there?
Yeah, go
the
ahead.
NHL's getting lazy. NHL and marketing, you're getting lazy.
Right.
You got the Seattle Kraken. Look at the colors.
Look at
That's
the
all I'm
color.
going to say.
Oh, yeah.
Then you got the Utah Mammoth.
Right.
Look at the colors.
I wonder if there's like a special on those colors.
Look at the eyeball.
Yeah.
They're both red. Listen, hire different designers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the
Yeah.
same team. You guys, Seattle and Utah are the same team.
It's the same guy.
Look, they're the same people. And look at the players. I'm telling you, they got to be the same people, different jerseys.
You're
We're on to
absolutely
you. We're on to you. It's a sick joke. It's a sick joke being played on all of us.
Yeah.
And you watch what happens. When they expand to Quebec one day, somehow, some way, look at
gonna
the
be the same
colors.
thing. The
Look
colors
at the
are not that
colors.
far off
Not
already.
that far off.
Ah.
There's going to be a red eyeball in there.
There's going to be
It's
a red
sick
eyeball.
joke.
Yeah, it's a sick
I'm not
joke.
a fan of the name. I like the logo.
Right.
But I'm on to you, NHL.
Yeah.
I'm on to you, marketing.
I like our idea better. I think it's
All right, idea's way better.
Yeah, way better.
It usually is.
Now, here's something that we started a little while ago, and I'm telling you, I don't know, maybe it's just me because I'm biased to it. The whole thing about calling, I'm sure people called players that are excellent at their job killers in the past.
Sure.
But we've dubbed it more and more. We have shirts made out of it, okay? Bottom line. Okay, right before we get into it, and we'll take it right here. Last week, Colorado Avalanche, Dallas Stars, going to a Game 7. Everyone and their dog called it. And there was a little bit of a backstory. Here it is. Mikko Rantanen used to play for the Avalanche. They said, sorry, we don't want to sign you. He's like, come on, I'm a pretty good player. Sign me. He's like, no, you're a little expensive. We can do a little. He's like, but guys, I'll take the hometown discount. I'll take a little less. I'm one of the top 5 best players in the NHL.
Nope.
No. He ends up going to Carolina. Carolina's like, perfect, we'll sign you. He's like, I don't know about this place. I'm not sold. I'm too far away from South Carolina, George. I can't be here.
It's too far.
He's too far. So they said, all right. Now, I found out over the little while, Edmonton came up with the package, Dimitri. Edmonton, of all teams, came up. Didn't just work out, unfortunately. And so he ends up going to Dallas. So Dallas, now he's back in the conference that got rid of him, and he's playing the team that traded him in the first round, goes to Game 7. And ladies and gentlemen, right when you think to yourself, all right, you want to prove your old boss is wrong, that was the play of plays. He scores a hat trick, single-handedly destroys his old team. My question to you, real Dimitri, is that one of the best killer performances that you can recall or of all time? Because I'm thinking of all time, that is how you want to be remembered in Colorado, buddy.
I don't know about all time. I'd have to go to the archives
Right.
to assess. But I will say this.
Yeah.
It's up there.
Oh,
I mean, that's you. Yeah, you shoved it down their throat. The reason why that one's so amazing is because it was actually him.
Yeah.
Like you look at a hat trick performance like that,
Yep.
and you say, no, I'll close the show tonight.
I'll do it.
I'm gonna finish it. Just so you all know, here's the worst part about that loss.
Sure.
Is that when Colorado goes to the dressing room, it's not, we lost a close battle. They got us this time around. No. Every single person in there, from the McKinnons and McCarrs all the way down to the Blackwoods, are saying, why the heck did we get rid of that guy? Because none of them wanted him to go.
Exactly.
They all wanted him to stay.
Yep.
And management made the decision. And now this is where you start to worry as an organization.
Yeah, man.
This is where, I mean, we're not worried. There's good players, but you get what I mean.
No, I disagree. And on the way here, I was thinking about it. I would worry if you're a Colorado fan. Here's why. You had Mikko. He wanted to stay. You said no. He was in budget. He was everything ready to go. That $12 to $13 million range. It would have maybe moved the one guy out of the way to get that 13, let's say. They had him ready to go, Dimitri. They said no. You're not going to find that kind of quality player with those quality dudes really anywhere else. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, Dallas. You guys are stacked, but Makar McKinnon should be furious because they know they're good together and they've won a cup, but you're not going to win any more cups, just the two of you. It's now proven. You need that third dude. I'm sorry. And Mikko was on that team. You know what I mean? Yeah, he was younger. He's not the guy he is today, but Landeskog's not that guy anymore, too. He's gone. He's on his way.
That's
Long
right.
and short of it, Avalanche, you made a huge mistake. And mark my words, here's your hot take of the year.
Uh-oh.
The Colorado Avalanche this summer will make a move, and it's either going to be now for Mitch Marner, where I thought he was for sure a Blackhawk, or Sidney Crosby. It's happening. They know they need that big of a name to bring in, or they ain't winning the cup, buddy. Done. End. Period.
Neil. Fiend.
Speaking of Dallas, they're taking on the number 1 team in the NHL. That's the Winnipeg Jets, who got by the hair of their chinny chin chin.
Maybe the game of the year.
Great game. Fun. What is wrong? Can I please bring this up? Why? Every team is on notice here. Why is it a 2-goal lead? And we've heard it for years. It's this thing they say in hockey. The 2-goal lead is the worst lead in hockey. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Mathematically, Dimitri, if you're down early, if you're a coach, don't you say, okay, I've seen enough of this in the first round and it's now going into the second round. Do you not turn around and go, you know what? Let them score 2 straight goals. Let them 2 minutes into the game, we're down 2-0. And that's the way, if you want to win the game, that's what you want to happen to you. It's the dumbest thing, weirdest thing, but it works.
Yeah. So this is where St. Louis, you disappointed me a little bit. Mm-hmm. I actually truthfully thought that the game was over.
Oh, they had it.
Not just at the 3-1 point.
Yeah.
Not just at the 3-1 point, but at the 2-0 point.
Yeah.
It was at the 3-1 point where say you score a goal, but then you get back on top and you close the period. I'm like, oh, you know what? Because why? You're still playing with some offense. I can't tell you how much it drives me absolutely nuts in all of sports. In all of in all of sports. When you try to defend the lead thinking you don't need offense.
Yeah, man, so weird.
It bothers me so much because I sit there and I say, okay, so you're vying for position. You're dominating a team. You're playing a certain way. You're maintaining a 2-goal lead, and you want to step a touch back. You're already beating them at every turn stylistically.
I agree.
Why give that opportunity?
Exactly,
and especially to the hometown crowd. So, in the NHL, it's not that tight. Look, it's not basketball. Mm-hmm. Basketball, yeah, one guy could probably take it up, maybe. Because you can't really touch the person, you get a foul. But you could probably dribble. It's different. You could dribble past a couple people. It's different. In hockey, okay, so you got everyone in the back. If you're going to send one guy, even one-on-one in today's NHL, the odds aren't even in anyone's favor.
But you've already shown you're already up 3-1. And you know the other team's stacked with great players. Why would your philosophy be to back up and let them start charging at you? You've been charging at them, and you're winning that battle. Yeah. Why would you pull back that? Why would you pull the rope back?
And what's crazy, Mitch, is if you look at, again, then they get into overtime. And St. Louis wasn't short of chances.
No, of course not. Great game. You said it. It was a great game. Yeah.
There was some points where Hellebuck alone saved them.
Oh, absolutely.
How about that one giveaway in front of the net?
Yes.
I mean, that blocker saved. That was it.
And by the way, doesn't that give this guy who had no confidence some back? I'm not saying all the way back.
Well,
but all you're building is now.
Let's fast forward to it.
Yeah, let's do
Dallas
it.
takes a 1-0 series lead.
And by the way, who scored 3? Mikko Rantanen doesn't do it once. 2 nights in a row scores a hat trick. That's a killer. Continue.
Killer. But then what happened next game?
Yeah.
4-0.
The other killer showed up.
The other killer showed up. This series might be a little longer than I thought. Mm-hmm. Maybe.
I truly believe that's exactly the case. I think now that Hellebuck has a big win in Game 7, they didn't win Game 1, but a shutout in Game 2, you know what? Do you really want to start giving that guy his pat on the backs now? You want to? Because hey, Winnipeg, you're not out yet. Keep it there. We move over to Washington and Carolina. Listen, I'll be honest. I don't care. Can I be honest? I don't care.
Sure.
I love the Ovi. Love my Wilson. I want Washington to go in the next round. I've made that conclusion this week because they have killers.
Sure.
Carolina, I'm not saying you don't.
Well, no, he didn't
no,
say
I
that.
am. I'm saying you don't have any killers.
Yeah,
You did
for like 8 minutes.
literally, and then you traded him, which I get. He wasn't going to sign, so I get it.
That's fair.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault at all. Can we please talk about the two greatest series that are going on right now?
Yes.
Let's start with the Toronto. So a lot of people are going, oh, Toronto. By the way, like if you haven't noticed, Toronto's in the playoffs and they're in the second round. Just turn on TSN for a second, just 1 second. I know I've made this joke before, but I mean it's real and real.
We're gonna keep doing it.
But it's a joke that's real. And
I love how the good Amy, by the way, and she likes the good Amy.
she likes the good, yeah.
Okay. I like how she's de facto turned our Instagram into Toronto fans.
Oh yeah, which
I
is
love
cool.
that.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I love
that's
that.
pretty funny.
We respect the Toronto.
We get it, and we know, hey, we're fans without being there, you know. And they're getting good turnouts outside. They're getting the turnouts in the stadium. And a lot of people are like, oh, you're going to take on Florida, the defending champions and the team that beat Tampa Bay, who, by the way, a lot of analysts had Tampa Bay winning the cup. That's pretty crazy. And they won it handily. So watch out, Toronto's up 2 games to nothing. What? And as of last night, okay, now it's 2-1. They won 1 in Florida. So, Dimitri, I guess my big thing is this. Stolarz, I'm sure you saw the hit. Sam Bennett went across the crease. And it didn't look that bad. I'm sorry. I mean, I've seen the replay 1,000 times. I don't understand. And
I agree.
But at the same time, the poor guy, he was thrown up on the bench. They took him out on a stretcher. He didn't even make the trip down to Florida. Your guys' backup is your boy, Murray, from Pittsburgh. He's the backup. By the way, why not? Why is everyone so weird about using the backups? Doesn't Hellebuck just show you can be great for 82 games, but you know what? Maybe the pressure's too much. Switch it up. There's a guy in Pittsburgh, a guy in Edmonton's doing pretty good as the backup.
Well,
flip him up a little.
You know, maybe it didn't work out from a longevity standpoint, but it's like, oh, the guy he does have 2 Stanley Cups under his belt, like he's been there.
So question number 1 with Toronto.
Yeah.
What's working for those guys to be up 2-1? And also, was that a penalty that Sam Bennett? So he's not getting suspension as of right now. I haven't seen any suspension calls. I think they're reviewing it, but I think it's pretty much dead in the water. I don't think it's happening. Thoughts on the hit, and is this big? I mean, you got Joseph Wonderwall watching the pipes now. He's doing okay. What do you think? What are we doing?
I don't think it was a penalty.
Yeah.
Or I don't think it's worth a suspension, in my opinion as well. Look, it's playoff hockey. Stuff happens, man. There's, it's shrapnel and collateral damage. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
Okay, and then the other one is about Toronto.
Yeah, like what do you think's working for them to be able to do
I'll
this?
tell you what's different. It's Craig Berube. It's an upgraded defense that allows their mediocre goaltending to succeed. And then that's all that there is to that. And so you look like key pieces like the Tanev. There's a culture change there, okay?
Yeah.
That's the big ticket. And then when you have Craig Berube before the series started.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, Ottawa had grit. We're fine. He's just, you look at, this is how he is. They're not, in boxing, there's a point when maybe you over-respect someone's power and skill.
Right.
That it changes. This is what Toronto's not doing. They're not over-respecting Florida. They're starting to respect themselves. And they have more time under tension as a team.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, why I'm impressed. They're scoring goals.
Yeah.
Florida now has won in overtime.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Brad
Killer. Marchand.
Yeah. Rat King. The Rat King.
Killer.
4.
But they still scored 4 goals. And they still made it hard for Florida. And that's a nail biter for Florida. But Toronto, you started the way you needed to.
Yeah.
You absolutely did. It's still going to be a long series.
Yeah.
Even if, I'll put it to you, even if they were up 3-0, it's not over with a team like Florida.
Oh, 100%.
And especially with a
don't take them lightly.
With a mental team like Toronto. Florida will not be put on tilt. They'll play to the end.
Yeah.
Toronto, we have to see.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the killers are coming out. Nylander's been on fire this series. Knives, man, I talked about it last week. This kid, you are getting a paycheck, buddy, at the end of this paycheck. I'll tell you that much. You are going to get paid. Joseph Wall coming in under these circumstances, Not, you know, he's no Tretiak, but he's doing what he needs to do, and that's really all you got to do.
But they got the defense.
Yeah,
they got a good defense now.
Because in Edmonton, the two goalies are not what everyone's looking at, and now we're off to Edmonton.
Uh-oh.
Listen, same thing. Me, you, and a whole bunch of analysts. All right, Edmonton, you crushed L.A. You got them out of the way. You don't need them anymore. I'm trying. I'm practicing. And, you know, they went on a 4-game heater, and they end up winning the game. All great things. So they take on Vegas. A lot of people are like, okay, Vegas had a little bit of a stumble with Minnesota, but not enough where we're worried. Everybody take Edmonton's up 2-0 from LA. In LA, they stole 2 games in LA, and buddy, tonight's game 3 in Edmonton. And I have been listening to the radio, and I've been listening to Oiler fan and Dimitri. They are literally salivating. The fans in Edmonton tonight on a beautiful day here in Alberta are ready to rock and roll, buddy. This to me is game 4 in a lot of ways, because this win will kill the Las Vegas Knights. And you know what? Las Vegas, I don't know what's up with you guys, but you are not the Las Vegas Knights of the 82-game season. This is a totally different team. Aiden Hill is not making those saves. Picard is Captain Picard. He's your new guy. He's doing just enough, but it's the 2 killers again. When you can make the 2nd overall pick and Stanley Cup champ, Jack Eichel, look like he can't skate, I mean, it wasn't his fault, but what a play to end that game. Draisaitl, McDavid, Dimitri, what? Go on.
You know what? I mean, it's funny because I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. It's preemptive, and I could totally be proven wrong. And it's not about that. All I'm gonna say is that my head said Vegas was gonna win this series, and it could still very happen. Let's you know.
We both took Edmonton, I think.
But we both took Edmonton.
But everyone else took Vegas.
Yeah, like my heart is with Edmonton because, again, it's just X factor sometimes. Like not everything on paper is gonna pan out. Edmonton's riding right now to the point where they might blank these guys.
Yeah.
That's how hungry and aggressive they are.
Absolutely.
And it's what's scary to me is what happens when the Ekholm comes back.
Yeah, good point. Never thought of that. You know, sometimes, you know, we always say that about players that are good players that come back. Oh, wait until he gets back. You know what? Sometimes I'm all about, like, just leave it alone. Like, a heater is a heater.
Yeah.
At the casino, if you're rolling, you're supposed to, you know, what tradition is, don't change what's working, right?
Well, I'm telling you, man, this Edmonton team, like I said last year, imagine if they had the Evander Kane rolling around and getting that secondary, you know, grind, and he's back. They get the Ekholm, they're not looking for points from him.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So
right.
A person like that can easily get into the.
That's a good point.
Into
but
the
see,
lineup.
To your point, and I'll counter that point a little bit, is Ekholm comes back and he lets Nurse Nurse has got a couple of goals in this series. But do other players like a Nurse, like a Bouchard, get a little lazy, going, okay, now you know what? I've been trying to do a little bit what he does. Maybe I've gotten burnt, maybe not, whatever. I think sometimes that can cause a little laziness too.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you know who I'm loving on Edmonton? I'm telling you right now, and I've said it from the last couple of years.
Give it to me.
You know who it
Give
is.
it to me.
I like a Kane, but who do I like more? Buddy, Corey Perry to me is everything and a bag of chips. This guy, man, he just can't lose. He won when he was in the CHL. He's a Hart Trophy winner. He's won the Stanley Cup. He's been to the Cup every year since COVID. Every year he's there. He's just there. That's got to mean something. Now he's the one that started that whole play with the breakaway with McDavid and Draisaitl. That was all Corey Perry doing the slightest thing. He just had his back to the defender, boop, passes it to the fastest guy on ice, and boom, Bob's your uncle, and it's over.
Yeah. I just selfishly want Edmonton to get into the final again.
Yeah. I know where you're going.
No.
I know you're going.
No. There's this. And the reason is I really want to see a guy like McDavid really go for it.
Right.
Like, not say that he wasn't really going for it.
He knows now. He knows more now.
Like, I want to see him morph.
He's going to be like that guy at the Utah game shaking the bed.
Like, if you ever want, like, he'd be the ultimate warrior.
Yeah.
He'd come out with the warrior face paint.
Exactly.
Utah Warriors.
Why don't they do that? Why don't hockey players wear some of that stuff?
Yeah.
Like scared because you can see their faces or they can see each other, right? You
Or
know
like
what I mean?
different entrance music.
Yeah.
Rip off WWE.
Now you're onto something.
Like the Legion of Doom.
Yeah,
Like
why?
just
They
come
need
with
a better
spikes
intro.
off the
You're
shoulder
absolutely right.
pads.
That's the one thing hockey's lacking, a good intro.
Dun, dun,
And not
dun,
like
dun.
Sandman, which every team
Yeah.
uses. Like, come on. Like,
Play Metallica under Sandman. Do it. Do it.
so good. I love it. All right. You know what else is good? Sinatra's Pizza. It's time for the sports show Power Ranking brought to you by Sinatra's 403-472-5222. Here we go. At number 5, listen, it's the Winnipeg Jets. You proved something to me. You guys are getting there. Scary that you guys are technically the best team in the league and you're still in, but you're there. But you're starting to move. You're starting to do something. At number 4, it's the team you're playing. It's Dallas. Listen, you can't. I know the series is tied at 1. That's why I put one over the other. Okay?
Fair.
I think that's very
Smart.
fair. Thank you.
Smart.
At number 3, it's what you know what? I'm a little preemptive on number 3. It's Oiler fan. I'm telling you right now, everyone's taking their shirts off in Edmonton. After what that girl got last year, there's going to be an abundance of booby down there.
The Utah Boobies.
At number 2, it's McDavid. The Killers show up, and that's who he is. And I literally would put Mikko with him as well, because I just think what a performance it was last week. And at number 1, listen, it's the Edmonton Oilers as a group. No one was giving them a chance against, to be honest, a lot of people had LA to win. They took care of that kind of really handily, and now they're on a heater, and I do think they're going to go up 3 games now. Yeah, I'm going to jinx them a little bit. I think they are just too strong, too nasty, too good right now, Dimitri.
Well, Mitch named who's on top, and of course, it's my job to name who is the flop. Hit him with the number one more time.
403-472-5222.
All right, listen. The flop of the week goes to none other than the St. Louis Blues.
Oh.
Because all they're doing is singing the blues for having it in the palm of their hands.
Yep.
And here's the other thing that's sad. Not only are you eliminated, now one of your defensemen, your boys, you're hopeful he might not ever play an NHL game again.
Oh, no.
Our hearts go out to the Krug. But I looked at that lineup. I look at that roster. There's a lot of people that have a swan song over there that might not get a chance or another chance or a crack at it with the roster. But you had it. You were there. 1.6? 1.9.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's at 1.6.
1.6 seconds left in the game. Listen, that's less than I give Tamara, so you should be ashamed of yourselves.
Shamed, I agree.
Shamed of yourselves.
That long, huh? Good for you.
Well, I've been working
That's
on
not bad.
That's
That's not
those Instagram reels. A lot of good tips on there. A lot of good tips on there.
From there, Torrey Krug's he's not a big guy. Eh? He's like probably as big as me. Just shows you anyone can make the NHL with a heart of a champion. I agree. We're off to the NBA real quick for 1 second. I just have a rant, Dimitri.
Sure.
I just want to say something.
Do it.
I am we've talked about the NBA this year really dropping the ball in so many different categories. But here's another one that I just saw the other day. Oklahoma Thunder, the number 1 team in the entire NBA, number 1 team, is also the number 1 team in the West. They handled and take care of the play-in Memphis Grizzlies. Done. Finished 4 games. So they're waiting. The number 2 seed was Houston in that series, okay?
Yep.
They take on Golden State, number 7. Yeah, it's hard to believe, but Golden State, whatever. They're number 7. Golden State pulls off a major upset. So, Dimitri, automatically, wouldn't that mean that 1 takes on 7?
Or you think.
You think. Not in the NBA. What happens is now the Oklahoma Thunder are taking on Denver. Denver's up 2-1 in the series, 1 versus 4. And in the other bracket, they have 6 versus 7. Minnesota taking on Golden State. This, to me, is why do you even have seeds if this is what you're going to do? What was the use of this? This makes you got the number 1 team taking on one of the best teams with the best player in the world rather than taking on who they deserve to play, the 7 or the 6 seed. This is absolutely asinine. Like, I'm so disappointed with the NBA. When I saw this, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that they let this happen. And people were going, well, it's the way the bracket was. No, that's not. Then why give them numbers? I'm sorry.
If they're going to go that way, then you just do quadrants and divisions and let them play out of it.
Yeah.
And then find each other out of it.
Exactly.
If that's the way.
If that's the way you want to do it.
This is stupid because when you add the play in and then you add this debacle.
Yes.
That's why I tell you, NBA, I don't care about your playoffs until the finals.
He's getting mad.
Just tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting mad.
Yeah.
I'm mad, Jake.
It's silly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last thing, the New York Knicks.
Next.
Up 2-0 on the defending champs, the Boston Celtics. This is another drop by the NBA. They're playing today, Saturday night, Madison Square Garden at 1:30. 1:30? This is basically a Calgary-Edmonton, but in basketball. The Knicks and the Celtics, you can't ask for better.
Hold on. Calgary, Edmonton. No. This is bigger.
Oh, this is bigger. I agree.
This
I'm just
is
saying.
New York at Boston?
Boston?
New York, Boston.
1:30. Meet me at the bike racks. What?
MSG.
Every celebrity will be there.
Oh, sorry.
What are we doing here?
That's crazy.
What are we doing here?
Oh, man.
The Wahlbergs had to close the burger place early to show up for the show.
Crazy. It's not right. Now he's mad.
So mad at
Now
this.
he's
It's
mad.
So ridiculous.
First I was mad.
So silly.
Now he's mad. Now we're both mad.
Now we're both mad. And you know what you get when you're both mad? Rapid banter. Yeah! Okay, here's one. You got to put a little thought in. Okay? Who is the biggest what if in sports?
The biggest
What if
in
sports?
Holy smokes, Mitch! The biggest
Bo Jackson.
No, it's not Bo Jackson. You know what?
Just say anybody. Bonnie Blue.
You know what? No, hold on. This is gonna sound crazy.
Okay.
Mario Lemieux.
Ooh, I'm gonna write that down. That's a good one.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that next week. Lemieux. That's a good one. I saw this on the reel somewhere, and I like the question.
What if he played a whole career?
Yeah, well, what if? Exactly. Last week, Kentucky Derby had 18 horses racing in it. All 18 horses that were in the finals have the same dad or the gene pool of Secretariat. Was this a family horse reunion or just pure coincidence?
I guess his Secretariat is hung like himself.
Listen to this sad story. Elmo from Sesame Street has been laid off after 45 years. What should Elmo do as his next venture?
Hey, go tickle yourself.
Only tickle.
Only tickle, though.
A Canadian man, 30-year-old, was down in Nashville, went missing for a couple days, was later found 30 minutes away, no phone, no wallet. What happened to this guy?
Oh, we all have that friend. Tootsies.
Little tootsies, yeah, exactly. Last thing, GTA 6 trailer was revealed. 475 million views and a budget, Dimitri, listen to this for this video game, of $2 billion. What exactly is on this game that we have to go buy it now?
And that's where all the allowance money is going.
Wow. $2 billion budget for GTA 6.
There were lawsuits I heard going around for people that were leaking the preview when they needed to do the
really?
trailer. And oh, yeah. Like,
so I watched the trailer. After seeing that number, I was like, oh, have you seen it?
No.
Okay, video games when I played were like kind of like, you know, those little boxes, like you could tell they were like, yeah. Buddy, the trailer was, I'm telling you, this close away from basically being reality. Like the characters now on that, you know, these virtual reality was this close. I am telling you, it looked like actual actors. It's crazy. I am beyond baffled at how well they do this stuff. It's an amazing feat. I have to admit. It's MAGA MALAKA time. Listen, I started the show off with the Pope.
Sure.
He's new, but here's the thing: a lot of people say sports is a religion. So I said to myself, "Oh, what if sports had a pope?" It's time, MAGA MALAKA, sports popes. Ready?
Sports popes.
This is for everybody. It could be anybody who
Mitch.
can be a sports pope. Who do you think? Now, the sports pope should be good person, okay? Want to be good for everybody, not just their own sport. Should they be if they're not a celebrity of some kind, and they just gotta be able to promote that to the masses.
Good vision.
Good vision. Today you're not a sports fan. You're like, I'm not really a sports fan. But you found out this guy's the new sports pope, and you say to yourself, you know what? I'm joining that faction.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Michael Jordan, MAGA or MALAKA?
Yeah, you know what? Highly respected.
Highly respected.
You know, undeniable.
Everyone knows him. Undeniable.
He could be the vicar of of commissioners and popes. Yeah, I'm going to go MAGA.
I like that
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
MAGA and
sports
can
pope.
handle his finances.
Absolutely.
It's a big one.
Here's one for you. kind of more North American, but it's a big one because we all know him. And they might even be known around the world. Tom Brady. MAGA or MALAKA, sports pope.
Oh, MAGA.
MAGA.
Yeah. Listen.
I know where you're going with this.
In a past life, we've talked about it.
Right.
He may even be the first sports messiah.
He could. Well, he is. He is. It's dubbed here first. You know that. He is. Okay, here's one for you. Let's change it up a little. Stephen A. Smith as the sports pope.
MALAKA.
MALAKA.
Too dynamic.
Too much.
Too much.
He's too one way, maybe.
Yeah, that's right. It's too one way.
Too one way.
Calm down.
What about, his counterpart, another very famous guy, right now all over the place, Pat McAfee.
I thought you were going to go with Shannon Sharp.
Oh, he's next. He is actually on the list.
Oh, is he? Yeah, well, Shannon Sharp is MALAKA, but
no,
he seems popish enough.
He seems popish enough. I would give him a chance. I'd give him a chance.
Pat McAfee?
Pat McAfee for sports pope.
MALAKA.
Really?
He doesn't have it.
You don't think so?
Well, I don't think, first of all, I don't want to see a pope in a tank top.
That's a good point. I see what you're saying.
I don't.
I'm sure we could find him a shirt with some sleeves on it.
Yeah, but
I feel like he's like the masses, though. I do feel like he's the guy I would listen to because I'm like, he kind of reminds me of me.
Great cardinal.
You know?
Not a pope.
Not a pope for you. Okay.
Not popish.
Couple more. Tiger Woods. Sports pope, MAGA or MALAKA?
Pretty much lives his life that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of wordy there, isn't it? Okay, 2 more.
MALAKA, no, MALAKA for what?
Two more. John Cena, sports pope, MAGA or MALAKA?
MAGA.
Yeah.
I can see it. He's presidential.
He's showing you 2 sides of his game. For many years, we only saw the good guy.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing a little bit of the bad guy.
You got to make
decisions.
decisions.
Play both sides.
You got to make decisions.
You got to make decisions. Not easy ones.
No.
Here's one that's already a big name. Roger Goodell. We move him from the NFL, the biggest sport of all. We move him maybe over there.
I'm going to go with MAGA.
Right.
Sometimes you need someone who's under the radar, quiet, effective.
Right.
Goodell, he's, Goodell the first. It sounds
good. All right. Now, here's a controversial one. If you had to pick between these two, if you had to go sports pope Messi, sports pope Ronaldo, which one do you take?
Oh, I'm going to go.
I feel like Messi's got more of that look.
Yeah, me too.
He's got more of a pope look.
I think if you put the hat on one of them, Messi comes out looking out more like the Pope.
He actually, people would be like, he probably is a pope.
Pope Messi.
Pope Messi.
Yeah.
Last one. He's probably one of the most religious
He's already
dudes.
a Pope Leo.
Is he?
Lionel Messi.
Right.
Pope Leo.
And he doesn't have to change his name.
He's going to change it.
Yeah. We just got to find out where he falls in that 14th.
Yeah.
Because he can't be 15th.
He'd go with the original name, Pope Leonel.
Yeah, good idea. I like that.
The first.
Now, here's a first for everybody.
Okay.
This guy's pretty religious, and you wouldn't know it, but he is. He doesn't practice it. He's just very smart about it. Pope Coriolis, right here, this guy. Pope Dimitri Coriolis for sports pope, MAGA or MALAKA.
Good looking.
Hey,
sensible.
Let me write this down. Sensible.
Impulsive
sometimes.
But reacts at the right time.
But fair.
Fair.
Hold on. Hair. He wouldn't wear the hat, though.
I'm not wearing
It's
the
a
hat.
non-negotiable.
No.
The hair
do
stays. Yeah. Hold on. Down the middle guy.
Mm-hmm.
Dibs guy, meaning he knows all these little things, so you don't have to explain it to him. He gets it. You know what? Sports Pope Coriolis is a MAGA. Done.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I would be fair, and just, and increase the sports game. Okay.
You would.
In the name. What did we say years ago?
It was
in the name of the Jordan and
the Tom.
The Tom and the Brady
and the Gretzky.
And the Gretzky. We had the holy trinity of sports back in the day, right? That's awesome. Listen, in the name of the and the sports and the show podcast. The Mitch and Dimitri and the Tom Brady and the nominee song the Padre and that sports show podcast. Listen, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I would be the vicar of sports on earth to promote the game in the name of sports.
Yes.
Not for myself.
No.
And I'd be Dimitri the first.
Dimitri the
I'd
first.
be the first to put a Greek name.
What? Apparently, there's been 14. I did a little study on it. There's been 14 popes that are from Greece, that are Greek descent.
Well, because of course, the Theodosius and a lot of these people. Okay, see, I read my and I'm.
This is what I'm telling you guys. You don't know this.
I'm historically read.
You're like, wow, he's so sports
There was the
intelligent.
Eastern Church and the Western Church, and what Mitch is referring to are the Byzantines, which are really the Greeks, because one church was in Constantinople while the other one was in Rome, of course, Antioch and others, to name a few. But nonetheless, I want you to be the practitioners and followers of the Sports Show. At Sports Show Podcast, blue and white logo, look for it. YouTube, Spotify, Podbean, Instagram. We're there. We want you to be there. Thank you for everyone joining us. Today we got to, episode 355. It's one for the books, maybe one for the holy books. But we got to shove it in the locker because we do got to take a shower.
Yeah.
All right.
Putin would be good, too.
Yeah, sure.
Donald, too. He'd be changing all the sports in a minute.
And he went and he said, "Go, why do you seek the living amongst the dead?
Go hither."
They're good commandments. I looked at the commandments.
I'm going to start using that word, hither.
Yeah, hither.
Hither. Kostaki, go hither over there.
I looked at the commandments. There's 10. There's only 10. We really need 9. One of them is, I looked at it and said, what is this? It's not good.
Elon,
not
get over
good.
here and cut one of these commandments. This killing one, I don't like it. Oh, I don't like adultery. Actually, take that one out.
Exactly.
You can't do what?
We're leaving the Egyptians. We're coming to make Israel great again.
Oh, no.
In the land of Canaan.
Oh,
we're going to
no.
go and we're going to cross the river Jordan. Jordan. It's a name. The river. We're going to cross it.
Can you imagine
They
he
said
names
they
it?
couldn't cross it. I crossed it.
He names the Jordan. He's like, no, it's going to start being named Michael Jordan River.
He
just renaming everything.
Everything.
Oh, next week, renaming everything. I'm writing this down.
Write this down.
Sports show.
We're terrible. Yeah. We're going to.
You know, we're going to make a book. This is a coffee book, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's a coffee.
This is a MAGA MALAKA.
Merch. Okay, we got to go.
Okay, we're going to
She don't know the difference between this and them. Now you about to witness. Well, freedom is so now.
W. We're Saved by the Bell by the Sports Show, playing every week. Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, Sports Show TV, at Sports Show Podcast. Amy, do it. At Sports Show Podcast.
I'll be locked in.
Amy can do anything.
She's the best.